searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, but those eyes so bright.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shenanigans Home Edition. How we doing, honey?
We're doing good. So what, is this called the home edition? Or
well, it's just we're at home. For those watching on the vlog, you see we've got a different setup here at Shenanigans. We are obviously back in full production right now. This is a very busy week. We have our first cast trip coming up, and I'm not able to go into the Dear Media studios this week, so
this is it.
From home it is. Hopefully the video, audio quality and all of that sounds good. I feel like we're back in the Hollywood days when we used to sit in our extra room and record. I did see a lot of questions come in. People were asking, where's the James and Allie episode we were promised? What happened with Dolores? And right now it's just kind of a press lock time for a lot of us. So we're just not able to get all of those yet.
I think it's because you see a lot of conversations that happen on podcasts, which I'd like to happen on camera. So the audience can see them. So
yeah, but James and Allie 100% by the end of 2023. I'm getting them on Shenanigans. I can't wait because on this trip we are going to Lake Tahoe. By the time this episode comes out, it's not a secret because we'll be posted there and we'll have already been there and been back. But I'm so excited because Allie is going to be doing some of her birth chart astrological readings for us. The only issue with Brock here is on the New Zealand passports, there is no time of birth.
I think you're just lucky that we have anything on that piece of paper, you know?
Wait, did I say passport or birth certificate?
On the passport, but
whatever,
on our birth certificate, there's not much that really does happen.
It just basically has your name and the day you were born.
Tell everybody about the conversation.
His mom, bless her heart, Diane, I love you if you're listening. I texted her and I said, is there a way you can find Brock's birth certificate and find the exact time of birth? And she was like, yeah, no problem, I have that. So she finds the birth certificate. Unfortunately, there's no time recorded. It wasn't written down in his baby book. She goes, I know there was like a heart that I have with the time, but I can't find that. She goes, but what I do know is it was around 0600 because I had him in time for his dad to make it to work. I'm like, so you're telling me you pushed out a baby and dad was just like, all right, bye, gotta go clock in.
Gotta go to work.
A 2-year-old at home, a 5-year-old at home, 2 older brothers at home. But
yeah, my mom was packing. She was doing the job. She was doing the job, and I love your mom. And if that's true, wow, how times have changed.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed then.
Yeah, but I just thought that was funny that we have a rough estimate of time because I guess she knew what time your dad had to go to work. So around 6 a.m. Allie said she can work with that. If she knows a rough time of day, you know roughly where the planets were aligned.
Well, maybe we just spread it thin, and maybe it was 5 to 5:30, 5:30 to 6, 6 to 6:30 to 7.
And you just kind of see because I feel
and she can just hit me on all. She can hit me on all of those. It's more work.
Yeah.
But let's give it a go.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that as well. Maybe that's a little Patreon vlog we do as well. A little bonus.
Oh my gosh! Look at us go.
Wow.
Patreon. All right. What do we got going on tonight, my love? Home edition.
Home edition. Last week I had Dana on the podcast, finally, which was such a long time coming. We got a lot of really good feedback about that. Of course, there were the trolls, per usual. I had posted a clip where I was expressing the disconnect I had with her, season 8. And I said how I was jealous that she was getting to show her career.
Are you referencing like your marketing thing you have for the podcast, your post? Are you referencing a marketing post for the podcast?
The reel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, honey, it's called clickbait. If people want to get offended or take it out of context.
Think it's funny because it was maybe 47 seconds and they're like, wow, you just used this podcast to talk about you. I'm like, well, it was less than a minute of an hour podcast, but yes, it is my show. It's Shenanigans with Scheana. So there are times where occasionally I tend to talk about myself.
Honey, just ignore everybody else that offends you.
No, I just thought it was funny because this one person comments and they go, so you were jealous. I'm like, that's literally what I said in this clip. Yes.
Well, you know that. You know it, honey. You know it. The trolls aren't really the brightest spark, you know?
Yeah.
And they just say stuff. And you got to, why even pay attention to it? Can we not, let's move on. Like, let's go.
I just thought, it was funny. There's not a next question. It was just, that was what I was saying.
Next subject. I think we got to, everyone.
Along the lines of Dana, what I was going to say is that we were talking about emo night. And what I wanted to do on that podcast, but there wasn't really the right time because we just had so much to talk about, was play my new version of the Good as Gold screamo, emo, pop, punk version. So, since we haven't released this song yet, I thought I would give my Scheananigans listeners a little exclusive. So, we're gonna take a quick little break, and when we come back, I'm going to play you guys my new version of Good as Gold with the 27. I'm so excited. These guys are so dope. They're gonna cover my song Good as Gold. We're here to do it together. I hope you like it. Okay, I talked to you guys about this last week, and I'm going to talk to you again about it this week, especially for all of my moms out there. This episode of Scheananigans is brought to you by Poise Ultra Thins. So, you know, I'm in love with being a mom, and it, to me, especially on this podcast, is very important to be transparent and open about all of my experiences when it comes to motherhood.
whether I'm talking about my mental health, my postpartum journey surrounding motherhood, or whether I'm talking to you about sometimes we get a little leakage down there. After you push out a baby, things just don't hit the same. So look, if we're keeping it real, talking about postpartum life, then we also need to talk about bladder leaks, because a lot of women use period pads for their bladder leaks after having a baby. But look, let's be honest, period pads aren't designed for pee. Poise Ultra Thins, on the other hand, are. Poise Ultra Thins are the brand's thinnest protection that helps keep you clean, dry, and fresh all day. The little moments, they really are so important, and Poise Ultra Thins are such a good way to enjoy motherhood without compromise. It takes Poise. Learn more at poise.com. All right, summer is here. Summer is my daughter. Summer is the time to make memories also with your kids. So whether you're staying home or heading out on adventures, I've talked to you about this before. I have shown you it on my YouTube. I'm talking about Kiwi Co. Kiwi Co invites kids and kids at heart, like my husband Brock, to celebrate the season of discovery through hands-on fun. Kiwi Co, as I have mentioned before, they deliver monthly science and art projects that turn curiosity into creativity. From creating giant bubbles to experimenting with ice cream, which, oh my God, y'all, once we gave Summer her first ice cream, she can't get enough. She doesn't get it all of the time. But with Kiwi Co, kids will learn in a seriously fun and hands-on way. Plus, Kiwi Co makes it easy to take discovery on the go. Everything you need is in the crate, including the materials and easy to follow instructions. It's literally the perfect travel boredom buster for the entire family. When you've got a kid on the go, Kiwi Co has you covered to have fun and get creative with your kids. You can have an awesome summer with Kiwi Co and get 50% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line when you use code SHAY at kiwico.com.
Because we're God as gold.
I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed that. I am so excited to get back into the studio with these guys. We're going to write some more songs, do some more stuff together, but I also need to add a little bit more of my vocals throughout the song, because now that I've performed it with them, and for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you saw a little bit of my emo night performance with them. But as I'm doing the song, I was like, wait, he sings the entire song, but they're like, no, come up for the whole song. So I'm doing it, and I'm like, I guess I'll just scream here, sing here. So I'm gonna get back in the studio with them in a couple weeks and lay down some more vocals, and then we're gonna start working on some new music. I'm like, I wanna be the Fergie to their 27. So.
I want to be the Fergie to their 27. I'm here for it, honey. Well done.
But also, speaking of live performances, I have a very fun announcement for all of you. We're going to be doing a live Scheananigans show in LA on Sunday, August 27th at 5 p.m. at the Bourbon Room. Tickets are now available. I'm so excited. I already have so many ideas. There will definitely be other Bravo friends involved in the show, but I'm gonna save a lot of this to be a surprise. So we have GA tickets, VIP meet and greet tickets for before the show.
Let's go.
And I'm so excited. The one we did at City Winery in New York was such a success. It sold out. It was so much fun. And I've been wanting to do another one in LA since then. I realized it's already been over a year. We've been talking about doing this for over a year.
Well, we've also been working on some other stuff too. So this is going to be a great leading point into going to seeing what we want to do more with the shows, right? And we're going to start playing around with them. Because, honey, I was so proud of you when I saw you in New York. And I can't wait for you to go out on the road and do this again and make it more of a thing. So, LA, let's go.
Yeah.
Bourbon Room.
Starting in LA. And then we are going to be hopefully taking it further, maybe global. But stay tuned, because we've got a lot of stuff we're working on with Scheananigans and some other friends.
Perfect.
I'm excited. So I posted 4 questions because we haven't done a Q&A in a minute. It's been a little bit. We usually have my sister here, but since my sister couldn't be here with us, she screenshot all of the questions and sent them to me. So I have not seen these questions yet. I don't have answers prepared.
Perfect. I love a good question.
We're just going to roll with it.
All right, honey. So how's this going to go? Are these all for both of us?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I said it's going to be Brock and I doing a Q&A, so send your questions in. First one from Brunch and Bravo wants to know, how is the Zoloft going? So this is something I was talking to you about yesterday, which I also wanted to open up here on Scheananigans, because I also want to hear people's experience who have been on Zoloft as well. From a couple close friends who I spoke to about it, they're like, are you serious? This doesn't make you feel like a zombie? And I was like, actually, come to think of it, I feel like I have been extra sluggish and tired, but I also have a kid. Because at first I was like, oh no, I'm great. And then as the few weeks gone by, I was like, actually, maybe it does make me a little extra tired. I'm also taking it in the morning, so maybe I should switch and take it at night. But the pharmacist said it could cause insomnia, and I was like, I already have trouble going to sleep before midnight as is, so I don't need something that's going to make me stay up even later.
We don't need to plant any seeds in your head.
So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take it in the morning. But now I realize I've upped my caffeine intake, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but I just do feel a little extra tired. And I'm trying to remember if a month ago, was I this tired? I mean, we've got a kid who lately has kind of been not sleeping through the night, and I'm the one who gets up. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it is the Zoloft making me a little extra tired. Maybe it's the fact that I completely stopped smoking weed, and that could be one thing. When if I would smoke every night before bed, that now that I'm not, maybe that's what it is. So I'm not sure. I know regardless, whether it is the Zoloft, the not smoking weed, I haven't drank in a month, I don't know what it is that's making me feel better, and I'm kind of annoyed that I did all of that at once, because now I'm like, well, can you genuinely feel the effects of Zoloft within a week, 2 weeks? I don't know. Some things I've read said yes, and some say it takes 4 to 6, 6 to 8 weeks. I think everyone's a little different, but I haven't been on an anti-anxiety med in almost, like 3 years, since I got pregnant with Summer. So I don't know if it does work that quick or not. It's kind of like a trial and error, I feel like. But maybe my error was I haven't had a drink, I haven't had any weed, and I'm taking a new prescription, and I don't know what it is that's making me feel better. So,
well, I mean, you got to think of that from all three of those things. Congrats on all three of them.
Thank you.
The end result is the result. You do definitely feel a lot better, and you've expressed that. So now it's kind of like, all right, well, if you're happy with how it is, you don't have to change too much. I guess now you just got to figure out how the tiredness comes involved. You know, if it's a medication, then I think your first option is okay, let's try it in the evening.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you do let your mind run wild. So with your doctor saying, oh, it could give you this. Now, if you take it and you just want to watch TV and you're like, I'm not tired, which you and your sister love to do.
Right.
And then you fall asleep and you're like, I'm not sleeping and I'm watching you sleep. I'm like, what? Who are you? Like, what? You're lying to yourself here, and you should just go to bed. But you and your sister, adamant, not sleeping until you actually pass out on the couch an hour later, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to bed now.
Yeah, so,
What is that?
I don't know, but now I'm kind of at a crossroads where I've been on it for a month this week, and I'm like, do I continue to take this, or do I maybe taper off it, continue, not smoking and just seeing how I feel? So I'm going to speak to my doctor tomorrow, actually, and see what he recommends, because I'm like, I don't know if it would be better to maybe stop it before my body gets too dependent on it, and just to see if it was not smoking weed that's making me feel better, and it's making my OCD not there as much, I mean, I feel like sometimes when I would smoke, the paranoia would be there, whether it was the type of weed, the different strain or whatever, but sometimes that definitely made my OCD worse. Mm-hmm. And then it's like I smoke at night before I go to bed, and then I'm just like running crazy in my brain before I go to bed. So
I think it's good that you've stopped smoking. You take it a lot, and I think it's going to take some time. It's up to you to figure out what you want to do. If you want to take it in the morning or keep it in the evening, or if you want to stop taking it and see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't smoke for almost 2 years. I was pregnant for basically a year. I breastfed for a year. And now I've been smoking again for, I don't know, a year, less than a year? Whatever. But yeah, so I will keep you guys posted on my mental health journey as I'm still just figuring out what the best thing is for me, because I also am still interested in microdosing. I've heard that psilocybin, whatever the thing is in the mushrooms, is really good for PTSD and OCD, and there's a lot of research with that. So I'm like, I don't know.
Listen,
maybe
I
I
think
try that, but
slow down, do what you're doing, and then maybe stop taking it.
Well, sometimes you're not supposed to just stop taking it. You either need to taper off it.
Yeah,
or
but that's
whatever.
I think that's if you're on it for a period of time.
Well, we'll see what my doctor says tomorrow.
Well,
we're not doctors, so.
Well, you can read up on it, but yeah, you're doing the right thing.
Regardless, I'm feeling better. So
Exactly.
I'm doing something right, and putting my mental health first, I think, is the most important. So
Good work, hon.
thank you. All right. A lot of Rachel Raquel questions came in, and honestly, I'm not going to address any of them. I don't think we need to go there.
TMZ's addressing all of them.
Podcast anymore. So for all of you who send in questions about that, it's just not going to be something we're discussing on Scheananigans.
We don't need to.
No. But Kendra wants me to describe my energy coming into season 11. I felt that because I have been sober for about a month now, I got on the Zoloft, I'm putting my mental health first, I felt very calm and focused. I think that was my energy coming into this season. I am expecting certain people to come back, certain people to come for me, whatever, but I just wanted to go into it with the most clear mind and just be very level-headed and focused. So I think that's the best way to describe my energy. What about you?
My energy going into it? I don't have any energy. I just sit on the fence. I think for me going into this season and even last was if anyone comes for you, they're in trouble. That's it.
Ooh. Watch out.
No, I got your back, and that's it. I don't need to have a horse in any other race. You're my horse.
Aw, thanks. That sounds kind of insulting, but I'll take it. I'll be your horse.
I don't have multiple horses in different races. I got one horse race. You're my leading stud.
You stallion. Thanks. Yvette Inc. How do you have the energy to go out every night? I'm tired watching your stories. Well, I can assure you it is not every night, because who has that energy? But
me and you when we were like young and didn't have a kid.
I mean, not every.
No, you had to have, like, Monday night was like the international like party days off, really. Like, you party hard on Monday? Actually, no, because I used to love Mondays.
I would go out. Yeah, actually, in my early 20s, I did go out on
Tuesday. No, Tuesday was Moonshine Beach. Yeah.
But the thing is, I feel like I am a rare breed where I do have a lot of natural energy. I'm never hungover, and I can just keep going. Like, if I have an event and then a trip and then another event, I mean, when I was at Coachella, then went straight to New York, came back, then went to Toronto, back to New York. I mean, I don't know. It's something in my blood where I can just keep going.
Adrenaline?
Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, somehow, it's funny because Jack said that to me too. He's like, every time I watch your stories, it exhausts me.
Will literally texted me. I told him he's like, how have you been? I was like, oh, you know what, bro? I'm in bed yesterday. I'm beat up.
Yeah.
He's like, damn, you just never stop. And I was like, you're right, I don't.
But the thing is, with our life, we do have a lot of events, and work calls for us to go out a lot.
I think you and I do a really good job at living.
Yeah.
And we kind of understand, like, all right, if we're going to burn this candle at both ends, make sure it's worth it. Mm-hmm. And then we get after it, especially before baby. But now with baby, I think we're more time sensitive. But I mean, listen, we're going to get older one day, and we're not going to have these times to get back.
I've got Botox for that.
You haven't changed a day.
Thanks, honey.
My old ass, bloody hell.
No, you cut your hair off, and I swear it shaved off at least 5 years.
I'll take that. I have no idea why I thought that hair was a thing. Or the beard, all of it.
I mean, when we look back at, I think it was kind of like our engagement photos that we did in La Jolla, and you had the long beard.
I should have shaved my head, my hair, wedding day off. No one else sees it, not even you.
Oh my, why didn't you do that? That would have been so good.
Well, I didn't realize like
It was gonna look this good?
Yeah, I had man bun syndrome. I didn't want to cut off the hair and then get stuck with it, you know? What man would I be without a man
Oh my
bun?
God, I would have died. That would have been such a good reaction. Like it would have been our first look, you know? But so it would have been a private moment. I would have seen it, but it would have been a first look for really both of us. Because I knew you were gonna be in all white.
Yeah.
Obviously, you looked handsome, but that would have been like a whoa moment.
It's not baby.
Meme TV 713. Please share how you schedule so much and how you organize and plan and have energy. Another one.
Yeah, please tell me, honey, how you organize and plan and schedule.
Why?
I mean, I just would like to know your answer to that. It's a good question. Great question, mate.
I am old school and I don't like using Google Calendars. It just seems more difficult to me. So I literally use my Apple Calendar for everything. I have my mom, my sister, my publicist, like my whole team on my calendar so they know when I have a Botox appointment, when I have something with Summer, when you have something. To me, that makes things easier. But then I know when we have to schedule stuff together, it's not as easy. But I feel like I just need to add you to that calendar.
I mean, you can connect your Gmail to your
I have
calendar.
it connected, but then I'll have double things on my calendar, and that annoys my OCD.
So then you just tell everybody else to use the email that's attached to your Gmail email.
But then I have to use the Google Calendar.
No, you don't. It also puts it into your calendar.
Oh.
It's the same thing. You've just got to set up to your iCloud email address. That's your main calendar scheduling, timekeeping.
Okay.
Adjust the email to your work email, which is the same as your Google Calendar, and then people just use your Google Calendar because we can flip it out. What's your Gmail? What's your iMessage calendar? What's your iCloud email?
Okay.
What is it? When you give people when they connect to your email, when they connect to your calendar, you send them a link from that for them to connect it. Just retract that link, send them the new link with your same email. We all can talk to each other.
Difficult. I don't know, but that's my answer. That's how I organize. I use my Apple Calendar, and I have the people who need my schedule on it, and then we just talk about ours.
We don't have a schedule in our household. It's because we have a very hectic schedule, and somebody doesn't like to make schedules.
No, I just can't
It's
have a
impossible.
schedule, especially when we're filming right now. I don't know my schedule until the night before each day.
We've gone down this road many a times, had this conversation too many times to count. It is what it is, but I think having a schedule is very important, and you can probably accomplish a lot more, and it will actually help with burnout if you have a good schedule. That's just my opinion on the matter.
Mm-hmm. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be right back.
All right, so I just need to take a second to talk to you guys about a part of my daily routine that keeps me hydrated, and that is liquid IV. I have had these packets on me for years, and I love that they are always coming out with new flavors. My go-to was passion fruit, but now they have white peach, which I'm telling you is so good. So if you like to stay hydrated, or if you just know you need to stay hydrated, but you don't want to just drink plain water, Liquid IV just gives your water that extra flavor and also extra hydrates you. Grab your Liquid IV hydration multiplier, sugar-free in bulk, nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code HONEY at checkout. Okay, so this is one thing you're definitely going to see me wearing on Vanderpump Rules next season. You've probably already seen it on Instagram, and I'm literally wearing it right now. It is this brand called Capezio. I have it for myself, and I have it for Summer. I gotta tell you, these are the most comfortable sports bras, underwear. I've got these little boy shorts. Capezio is a family-owned business since 1887. It is a trusted and world-renowned brand in the dance industry, and I have been living in these sports bras ever since I got them. And Summer, oh my God, is she so cute in her little tutu. She likes to be a ballerina From, ballet to jazz, Capezio offers a wide range of high-quality dancewear for every style and every level of dancer. And even if you're not a dancer and you just want some great loungewear, Capezio is for you. Y'all can visit capezio.com and get 20% off your first order when you sign up for emails, plus get free shipping when you use code Scheana at checkout.
All right, back to the questions. Lena.gd89. How does Brock feel about you filming again?
I think you guys are doing an amazing job. You've done it for 10 years. I also still don't understand the landscape. That's a loaded question. How am I meant to feel? What did you think?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
just with everything that's happened over the last 5 months in this group, how did you feel with me going back into this group with people I haven't seen in a while?
It's a tough group to. Here's the thing. For myself coming into it, I generally, if any of these situations have happened to me in my real world, I generally probably be like, all right, bro, I don't have time for you. But you can't. You and your friends don't have that luxury. You've done 10 years of being forced to have conversations.
Yeah, now 11.
Yeah, it's so. When I get it now I'm in it now, and it's like, well, people don't really understand it because reality is like, you're friends, you have arguments, and then you have to make up. But season 11's building up to being like a big question mark on have to make up.
We never have to. We just usually do.
Yeah, you're right. It just feels like even how I treat issues now. My old ego would have just been like whatever. But I've had to actually have solid conversations about things. Mm-hmm. And so maybe that's why you guys have such a great show, because you force people to actually deal with their stuff instead of run away like normal people do.
Right. I know. I will say one thing that's even more different about this season is there have been, obviously we're filming at the restaurants and stuff a lot, but there have been so many things leaked already. That usually doesn't happen as much. I've seen on the Pump Rules page, TMZ, they're like, so are you guys just going to post everything about this season? There was literally a paparazzi hiding in the back alley of Sir when I was talking to Sandoval the other night.
Well, that's just because they know what's hot and they know what people are interested in. And unfortunately, it's not that you guys are incognito and rent out a whole place. You go there on a Tuesday night when James is meant to be filming. It's not like oh, surprise, we're here.
We're not in what?
What's that?
What did you say? We're not in...
It's not like you guys are incognito.
Yeah, cognito?
Incognito,
Yeah, incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say wrong there?
I don't know, I thought it was just your accent. I just wanted to hear you say it again.
Oh. Yeah,
I like when you have your little Brockisms.
I don't think that was a Brockism now.
Incognito.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, though.
I do.
You guys are pumping, you guys are popular, and then when you go film at one of the restaurants, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, no, for sure. The Real Claudia Scout, does everyone on your show have their own entertainment lawyers? Yes. It's an easy question.
Yes.
Yes, we have to, because the lawyer has to do the contract. So.
Well, you know what? Now we're realizing this.
We've learned, don't share lawyers. That's one thing.
There's definitely a learning curve to all this, and I think you guys will learn very quickly that you need to have your own representation.
Yeah, so, which I do.
Which we do now.
Yes. Well, I always have. I just was nice. And Anyway. B. Santana 7. Are her enchiladas really the best? Funny you ask.
They're great. I like eating them. They're good.
You're not super a fan of Mexican food, I feel like. But then when I make my enchiladas, you'll eat them for days.
Yeah, I'll eat them. It's not that I don't. I think it's not on the top list. What's on your top 3 things of food that you would crave?
Enchiladas, pasta, any kind of rice.
But you haven't made enchiladas for a hot second.
What did I say the other night? We were cleaning out our cabinet. I saw some enchilada sauce in there, and I was like, I need to make enchiladas.
Well, if it's a number one craving, but we've done steak, we've done salmon, we've got spaghetti bolognese.
Yes, I love that stuff too. Enchiladas, it's not a thing that you make for just 2 people. It's I want to have at least 10 people over and make platters of them.
Well,
so it's a lot of work for a little bit, if it was just 2 of us.
So what's a bad enchilada taste like then?
I've had some not so great ones. It could be the sauce, it could be the way the meat is, the tortilla's gotta be good.
Well, I'm a big fan of flour tortillas.
Yeah, see, and I make mine with corn.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mrs. Cokes, is summer potty trained? I'm having a really hard time with my 2 and 1/5-year-old daughter.
That is for every parent out there. It is a hard time.
Yes. No, she's not. She does go on the potty when she feels like going on the potty. Right now, I feel like we are very much, at least I am, just living in Summer's world. She is so independent. Summer, do it. Summer, do it. Summer wants to do everything for herself right now. And when I suggest that Summer want to sit on the potty, nope. Or yes, she does. And her pediatrician said to not push it because you don't want to have them be so turned off by it. So we just kind of let her run the show with that. And we also, we lie to her and we tell her that her friends all go on the potty because I'm hoping that one day that'll catch on. And she's like, oh, Ocean, Cruz, Rain, oh, they all go on the potty? I should go on the potty. But then we'll be hanging out and she'll watch Ocean get her diaper changed and she's probably looking at me like, I thought you said she goes on the potty. So I don't know if that's
she
working.
is 100% calling you out in her head. She's like, this right here? Yeah, how's that potty going, Mom? Yo, it's a learning curve. It's just, and then sometimes it's like, as a parent, you're like, all right, we'll take the L on this for now. So
Yeah.
don't feel like you're the only one going through this. This is completely normal.
B. Santana 7. Why did he cut his hair? Will he ever grow it back?
Solid no on the growing back. I started growing it out when I moved over here. And then when I was living in Colorado, it was very easy to grow it out because we went into a winter and you just wear beanies all the time and then hats. And once you get it long enough to put a hat and a beanie on, you're good. And it would just start growing and all of a sudden you can do it up and then you don't even worry about your hair. And I kind of wish I never did that because, I see the result. I kind of like my short hair.
I love your short hair. KLCR. Oh. Does Brock miss his friendship with Tom Sandoval?
I mean, listen, yeah, of course I do. And it's just very annoying that he did this, unfortunately. And so until, and I'm not just going to forgive him, and I don't think anyone in the group is just going to forgive and move on. We want to kind of like have those conversations. So hopefully they happen this summer and see how it goes. Honestly, I miss your guys' friendship together.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's such a weird thing. So I miss a friendship, yes. Do I condone his actions? Hell to the no. And so we got to figure out what that middle ground is on the way back to becoming friends again.
Yeah. Sarah Lou 124 wants to know if we plan to keep showing Summer on social media once she is in school.
Ooh, that's a good question. Because I guess that kind of like brings into the whole child safety part. And to be honest, we're not there yet. We've got 3 to 5 years left. 3.
5.
Well, I mean, if there's a chance of homeschooling, whatever that looks like in 3 years, it will be a conversation we'll be having. So, for now, not really a topic of thought process. I haven't put anything too much into it. I get the question though. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure where we'll be living when it comes time for her to go to school. So, I have not.
There's a lot of great options out there, right? There's a lot of great options for school-wise, for private schooling. And I mean, look at our girl has, just from the technology we have at home, this girl gets on her iPad, she does her classes, she does games on there. I couldn't even imagine the complexity that we can get into and scale up for her and have it at home and then go to school for subjects that she quite enjoys doing. Kind of the music class or the sports class. And who knows? Who really knows what the curriculum is going to look like in 3 years? Because forever it's changing. So
yeah, for sure.
Tough one for the parents out there though to figure that out.
I'm do we just move to Australia? It's an option.
It's an option. It's not a solution.
It's a free option.
Well, Medicare, free health.
I know. There's a lot of free stuff.
It's actually, everyone gets upset why do you pay out Australia? I don't pay out Australia. I just also love America. There's no place else that's like this. So hopefully, ideally, 50-50 split or at least 3/4, 3 months in Australia and the rest over here. That's my ultimate goal.
I would love that. Jamie Sheldon _ wants to know, when you do confessionals, do they play snippets of the show to you right before you talk? I wish.
Oh my God, it'd be so much easier
oh my gosh,
to provoke
to
an emotion.
react?
Yeah, because you're trying to put yourself back to that conversation, right?
Yeah.
I'm horrible at it. Scheana's obviously done it for 10 years and that she knows what's up. It's very difficult to do. They're like, well, this happened, so what would you, how would you narrate this part? I'm like, well, that was 6 months ago, and...
I'm like, how does that feel? Let me think back.
But I would prefer that than just pull us off the scene and have them on the fly interviews like they do on the other shows. Like, because then you're in the heat of the moment and you haven't had a second to breathe. You've had 3 months to breathe.
Oh, like on The Bachelor, you mean, where
Yeah,
they literally
on
pull
the
into
flies,
the live
right?
interviews? Yeah, I like how on the new seasons of the Kardashians on Hulu, they're doing some talk to the camera stuff in the moment. I just like that.
I think like when they're packing the scene and they make something funny and they acknowledge it on camera, they're like,
I love that.
I agree, but hey.
More of that. Mrs. Lattery here. Who would your ultimate podcast guest be? Who would yours be?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I could talk for him. His time's precious. It'll be 45 minutes and I'll have every second packed with everything I need to ask him.
Let's get him on Scheananigans.
Can you smell
What Brock?
Brock's been cooking?
I feel like I still would love to have Miley Cyrus on the podcast. I've been saying that for years. I've never actually reached out and asked, but I'm just going to manifest that, comes to fruition
Well,
one day.
instead of manifesting, I thought people that know her, just reach out to her team.
I mean, I don't know her team, but...
I think we've got a team that can find out their team, and then your team can talk to their
slide in
team.
the DMs,
Listen, anything is possible thanks to these technology.
She got a new number, so I don't have her number anymore.
Well, listen, give it a go. Figure it out.
Should have done it a couple years
Who
ago.
else would you want to... Give me top 3.
Chrissy Teigen.
Okay, we
I
love
would
Christy
love
Teigen.
to get her and John Legend on the podcast. I think that would be so good. Just to talk to her about all things Bravo.
Yo, she loves it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Who
so
else?
many people who, with the scandal especially, we found out are fans of the show and who I'm fans
Adele.
of. Yeah. Well, I don't think she really knew what was going on. She heard about it, but she was like, wait, so they work at a bar and then you cheated or what?
Yeah, everyone has the same conversation of what, but they still are a fan.
Yeah. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, that cast, I would love to get all of them on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, listen.
Karen did.
Best part
Nebula did Watch What Happens Live with Katie.
No.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good plus guess. That's another chair right there.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I can slide in her DMs.
listen, honey, you gotta start sliding people's
I
DMs.
know.
Stop making these dreams. Let's make them
I
happen.
mean, look what happened. You slid in my DMs, and here we are. A good DM slide. You never know where.
It was a clean DM slide. It wasn't like, hey, smiley face, wink. It was, hey, you want to go to a football game? So it was better than most DMs. Let's be real.
Mrs. Franklin 9, what's the most romantic thing Brock has ever done for you? There's been quite a few, but I mean, the Bali trip surprising me. I think that it's going to be very hard to fully top.
Well, I've got some things in the pipeline,
Okay.
but it takes time, and so I look forward to setting a higher bar then.
Okay.
Because Bali was pretty legit, and it was timing. Like there was no perfect time for that. That was the perfect time.
It was.
So thanks, honey. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I enjoyed surprising you,
Yeah.
and let's set the bar a little higher each time.
Okay.
As you hear me talk about it every week here, y'all, because this is what keeps me fuel and fed when I am so busy, which is every day of my life right now that we are back in production. In the morning, I've got my Factor smoothies. I share them with my daughter. She loves the mango, the tropical fruit, and the strawberry banana. I go between the 3 of them. I don't even have a favorite because they are all so good. If it's not a smoothie in the morning, it's usually a chicken meal at lunch, and then I have been doing the pasta ones at dinner, and I had the most amazing mushroom pasta with chicken the other day. It's so easy. You poke a couple holes in the plastic, you chuck it in the microwave, 2 minutes, lunch, dinner, breakfast, midnight snack, whatever your little factor heart desires is served. Choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in, like I said, just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess, no going to the grocery store, chopping, cooking, figuring out what you want. Factor does it all for you. You can head to factormeals.com/teamariana50 and use code teamariana50 to get 50% off. That's code teamariana50 at factormeals.com/teamariana50 to get 50% off.
Ashley_Brewer2945. Oh, that was almost our old address. How did you introduce solids to Summer? I have severe anxiety giving her solids. Oh, girl, so did I
did it. No, it was like a combination.
We started with the purees, and then we had avocado was her first food that we did, and then sweet potato was next.
Just do this. This would be my advice is, yes, take it as easy as you can for your anxiety, but know that the longer you do it, the harder it's going to be for your kid to eat and creates poor eating habits, if that makes sense. Ultimately, just remember it is your anxiety, so don't make that into an eating habit for your little one. And that might sound like an extremist thing to say. I am very extreme when it comes to parenting now. But know that your kid will be fine. If you have a life vac, get a life vac in your household.
Yeah,
so when you introduce solids, we have one everywhere. We have one here, we have one in the car, we have one at every single house. If you have a life vac, pay attention to how to use it, and then feel confident. No one's going to ever be prepared for those moments, but at least you're as well prepared as you can be. And then just give it a go. I think, even avocados are a good way to introduce solids because they're not quite as solid. Mm-hmm. And then just slow it. But there is actually, and I wish I knew this with Summer, there is a list of foods you should introduce your kid to consist over a period of time to help them with their eating habits when they get older. I wish I knew that. Google it. I don't know, remember what it is. It's like top 20 foods or 100 foods to introduce your kids in the first and the more you do it, the more exploration you give these kids, the better the outcome. 100%. If you limit it, and we did with keeping it to soft hard things, now my kid doesn't even eat chicken right now.
She does not like meat.
She doesn't do meat. She's very picky, but she also eats a lot of healthy fruit and veggies, which I'm very, very happy with. She does. She has a good variety. She really does.
Yeah.
I would like it to be perfect.
Oh my God.
But hey.
No.
You'll be
not
fine.
Striving for perfection. That is one thing I
just don't take your anxiety about choking on foods and give them to your kids. So just know that these are your fears. You've got this. You're an amazing parent. Your kids are absolutely amazing. Let them show you how amazing they are.
Yes. My girl from Australia, Natalie Louise Griffiths. Summer is so smart. Do you sit and teach her a lot, or is she naturally gifted and smart?
Well, it's natural. It didn't come from me, so.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, we do flashcards with her. We don't do a lot of baby talk. I don't think we ever have, I mean, we speak to her. We have full conversations with her. My mom is really good with her, but I think just, the educational shows she watches, the games she plays on her iPad, and yeah, I think it's a combination of all of that.
It's honestly, and you're very fortunate nowadays with technology. You have that as an advantage. YouTube, like Miss Rachel, all these other shows, not like the big addicting ones. Pay attention to that, and if you start early, you're good to go. Kids aren't dumb. Kids are not dumb. Summer is absolutely switched on, and I think as we treat them as like babies, they don't know what's going on. They know from the get-go. And I think watching our vlogs really helps Summer and her memory as well. Yeah. Because she's like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember. Oh, mummy belly. It's the best watching our vlogs now that we're 3 years into it. Going back and watching that with her, it's a memory. And I think that definitely helps. And we're very blessed. She's a great kid. So, just be the best parent you can be.
Totally.
You got it, guys.
Yeah. All right. Laura S. Rollins, have you turned any of your frozen eggs into embryos?
Good question.
Well,
no, I gotta get clean.
This guy.
I need to get clean. I smoke. I do smoke.
Weed.
Yeah, not tobacco. I smoke weed. And
but
drink.
Thing. We got pregnant when we were not, you weren't sober and clean, and we made a perfect kid. So there's that too.
Well, there you go. There's some. I think right now we'll figure that out. We haven't even had that conversation yet.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up our home shenanigans. For those of you watching, the video was a little spotty. My camera, it only records for so long, and then it overheated, and then I forgot to plug the mic back in. It's a whole thing. So apologies on that, but you know, we did our best. We're so busy right now. We've got Tahoe this week. I'm shooting Bryce Vine's music video tomorrow. I'm the lead girl for his new song. I don't know if that's been announced yet what it's called, so I won't say that, but I will definitely be posting some behind the scenes and do a Patreon vlog and all of that. Don't forget to get tickets to my live show at the Bourbon Room, August 27th at 5 p.m. I'm so excited for this. And yeah,
let's do it. Let's book it out. Let's get it done.
So much more music, more shenanigans, more fun. Stay good as gold.
Bye for now.
Bye.
I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a